Hey guys, my name is Ethan, this is Conrad. Welcome to the video where I teach you how to make a bootable USB drive for just about any OS. Now this does come with a little caveat. This is any operating system that you can get an ISO file for. I don't believe that limits you all that much, but I just want to put that distinction out there because, well, just in case you have like a DMG or something. So to do that, we are going to need a program called Rufus. So you can come online and Google search or whatever search for Rufus, and it should, in theory, it might be the first one that comes up. I don't know if it's done that just because I've searched for it before. But you do want, if you're on this website, this is the right place. You do want to hit this Rufus 3.11. I don't actually. Okay, it just downloads the exe. It's literally just one file. I just wanted to make sure. I don't need to download it because I already have it, but I just wanted to make sure we didn't need anything like 7-zip or anything like that. So once you have that downloaded, and believe me, that doesn't take an awful long time, you can come into here. I've got this stored in OSs and ISOs and stuff in this Rufus folder, and we have this Rufus 3.11-exe. If this file isn't there, then don't worry about it, it will create it if it needs it. So you load it and you'll get to a screen that looks like this. So now you need your USB drive. Now it doesn't matter if there's any data on the USB drive at the moment, but in this process all the data on the drive will be formatted. So just make sure you do you make a backup of this data if it's important, or just use a different memory stick or buy a new one. I doubt they're particularly expensive. We are just going to plug that into my computer. So you hit this select button, and then you can choose an ISO. So I have a number of ISOs. I'm going to be installing Ubuntu 2004. So we're going to do that. And the rest of the settings are actually pretty much fine. You can set a volume label. This isn't actually what it'd be set to in most cases, but you can do that. But yeah, all we have to do is hit start and wait for Rufus to do its thing. You can run it in ISO mode or DD image mode. I don't think it matters, but ISO mode is recommended, so we're going to go with that. It comes up with this little message here saying that all data will be destroyed. We're fine with that, we know this. It may also come up with a menu saying that some syslink files aren't available and it needs to download them. If it does come up with that menu saying it needs to download some files, then allow it to download them. Because it won't be able to do it otherwise. This can take a little while, so I'm gonna speed through, and I'll see when we get to the end. And it's done. That totally did not take about 10 minutes, 15. I don't even know how long that took. It was quite a while. Admittedly, it would have been a little bit faster if I'd actually used a USB 3 memory stick, but never mind, I don't have one on me. One other feature I do want to show off real quick before we move off to test if that actually worked, was that you can download ISOs. So if you go here, you can select download, hit download, it would bring up a list of ones you can download. In this version it's just Windows 10 and Windows 8.1, but if you do want some Windows ISOs, then they're there. We're actually going to jump over to my second computer now to see if our drivers can actually be booted from. Okay, so here we are at my second laptop. I've put it somewhere where the background isn't too awful. I don't really have a professional setup for this, so I do apologise, and I don't have the microphone over here, so this is going to sound a bit crap. But I did just want to show that our bootable USB that we created does actually work on real hardware. So the first thing we need to do is put the actual thing in the computer, which is a good start. If I can find the USB port, it's around here somewhere. There we go. And then what we need to do, in some cases, in this computer I won't need to do it, but in some cases you will need to go into the BIOS menu to actually set the boot order. So each computer stuff has a series of F keys, as you can see, 1 to 12 is on here. Different manufacturers of computers have a different key to get into the BIOS menu. For me, it's F2. So I'm going to hit the power button here, and then I'm going to start mashing F2. Like that, and then we should get into the BIOS menu. There we go. So we're in the BIOS menu now. So as you can see, all your controls are down there. Each one will have different controls. We want to go over to where it says boot here, and we want to make sure that the boot mode is UEFI. And then we want to make sure that our memory stick is actually the first drive. Now I believe this is actually the correct order. I don't know, sometimes it's not too clear what it is, but I believe our Toshiba drive, as you can see, our memory stick is Toshiba. You see USB HDD Toshiba. A hard drive is called Ubuntu, even though Ubuntu isn't actually installed on this laptop, so that's a little confusing, but that should be the correct order. So we can escape, well actually not escape, we just hit go into exit, saving changes, save changes. You may need to change the boot order. If you're not sure, then just do a bit of experimentation. And as you can see, we have our Ubuntu installer. So we hit Ubuntu, come back to the screen, just wait for it for a second. I'm just going to show that the this is an Ubuntu boot by kind of showing that it starts doing the file checks. We're not actually going to install the OS. There you go. We have our file checks going. This is a USB boot drive for Ubuntu, and it does work. So I'm gonna head back over to the computer with a better sound to do the outro now. If you have any questions or concerns, then feel free to leave them in the comment section, or if you prefer, you can join the Discord server using the link in the description. While you're there, I would encourage you to look at my other social links to see where you can find me elsewhere. But that brings us to the end of the video. If you liked it, then say hello down below. If you really liked it, then consider subscribing and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss out on future uploads. And if you really like the video, then consider supporting me on Patreon, because it'd be a really cool thing of you to do, but of course you don't have to. With that in mind, I would like to thank my super patrons Adam J, Jackster and Spunky, and I'll see you next time for the Discord.py series FAQ. So I'll see you for that.